Hi guys, it's Jordan and I'm here with my sister Audrey, and today we're going to be doing something that was much requested. We're going to be reading my dream journal. So this is my dream journal. I only have one and it's super small. It's like a little baby composition notebook. I started writing in it like as soon as I woke up. So I would have the dream, then I'd wake up and immediately write in it so I wouldn't forget about the dream, so my handwriting was super crazy. So this is from a while back ago. Let's read it. Alright. Oh, this is a long one. Okay. Well, let's read this one. I have no clue what this is. Okay. I had a dream where there was only a few families left on Earth and that monsters had taken over. Oh no. Audrey had this lucky charm thing that made her able to get rid of the monsters with ease. Oh, with ease. The rest of us struggled to survive.
Awesome like that.
There was this one person that was rich. I overheard him talking to his companion, and I figured out that the rich guy made the girl his slave. I told my family that he had put a spell on her to make her be his slave. They half believed me. The rich guy invited me over, so I told my family I was going over there and that I was going to be careful. Why would I go to this guy's house?
When he has a slave.
Seriously, he seems like a really bad guy. Okay then, when I went over, we ate and played a game. I wonder what game it was, I have no clue. Then he turned the lights off and said, and he said, let's sit on the ground and then look at this light.
What dreams are you having?
This is really weird. As I was looking at the light, the girl clipped this thing on my arm and she started pumping. Oh, this sounds like a doctor dream, like he's trying to perform surgery. Okay, I said I had to leave and I zoomed right out of there. I zoomed right out of there. Okay, and then I showed my family my arm and it was swollen and bruised. Why would I even go to this guy's house in the first place?
Oh my gosh.
It just seems so weird. Okay, I also explained that the way over there I almost fell over. Then this other family came in and told me that the rich guy was putting a spell on me. Then I woke up.
So the pump thing must be the spell.
So he invited me over so that way I would go eat dinner, and then he tried to put a spell on me
I
to
think
capture
the
me
game
too.
was the spell.
Probably. That's weird. What a weird dream.
I can't believe you remembered all that when you woke up. I had a dream where I lived with a roommate and I forgot what he said to me. The end. Wow, nice dream. And your roommate's a guy?
I forgot what he said to me. Okay. That was a really short dream. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. Alright. I had a dream that we went to an apartment that was fancy and tall.
Wow. Tall in capital letters.
It must mean that I was like, wow. Okay, we lived at the top of the apartment. Great, and I love heights. I have a feeling I know what this dream is gonna be about.
It's right there.
Oh man. I had a couple of friends over and we slept on the porch, which is attached to the top room.
Oh wow, why'd you say it's a balcony, not a porch? I don't think you knew what a balcony was.
I did either. Why did I sleep on the porch? That's such a bad idea. Okay.
It's like you could just roll off and then...
Well, seriously. Okay. Then the porch tilted and we almost fell.
Told you.
I screamed for my uncle and my dad.
My uncle.
Uncle! Dad! Uncle! Dad! Okay. They came and tried to get us, but I was on the edge about to fall. So I grabbed my friend's shirt and was dangling. Then I woke up.
So you grabbed her shirt and was like on the edge. A lot of your dreams are like
nightmares. Because first I've had like one where I've gotten hurt. Then I've had one where I almost fell. Then I had a roommate one. I have no clue what that was about, but 2 nightmares already. I guess I don't even know. Hopefully we get a good dream in here.
I had a dream today that leprechauns came and trashed our house. I forgot the rest of my dream.
Why do I have such short dreams? The good ones are like so short.
I think I remember you telling me that. Because you had a dream like leprechauns were like dancing around you on your little bed.
Oh yeah! I wonder if I didn't write it down. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. Today I had a dream where our friend's dog was my dog and he was living with me on a super weird zoo/farm.
You lived on a zoo?
I don't know.
What?
I have such weird dreams. I don't even know where this is going. I'm guessing it was a game or something because Audrey was a couple of animals.
What kind of animals? How come I'm in every single one of your dreams?
Oh, and then that dream ends and it says like immediately after it says another dream was that we went to church, but it was different and everyone brought a snack for the lesson.
That's great. At least it wasn't a nightmare.
Yeah. That's so weird. So apparently in that dream,
I was an animal.
I had a dream where our friend's dog was my dog. We were living in a farm, and Audrey was a couple of the animals. How is she a couple of the animals?
Just, just multiple personalities here. I had a dream today. Oh my gosh, I'm sick, so if I sound really weird, that's why. I had a dream today that Audrey and Jacob had tons of statues of them, and they were huge. And I had to move
Audrey again!
Of course. And I had to move them around. I feel like it's chess. I feel like Jacob and I are chess. We're a ton of statues.
Yeah.
And you have to move us around.
Oh.
We're like chess.
That is so weird. Okay then. See, my dreams are super weird and
apparently I could be an animal, I could be a statue, I could be anything.
Yeah. Okay, this one's a little bit freaky. Okay, I had a dream that I went to middle school and it was super hard. This is before I went into middle school, I think. This is in elementary school. So I just followed some boys that were in my class around the whole school, and it was super boring in class. I also had a dream, oh, that dream ends, okay. I also had a dream where my whole family and me went into a log cabin placed in the woods. Okay, I think this is the part where it starts to get really creepy. But it wasn't really a log cabin, and there was a dead pig hanging on a rope on a cabin by next to ours.
You have a twisted mind.
I remember dreaming about this, and then I woke up and I was like freaking out, and I was like, because we went to the cabin and it was like, oh, I see the cabin, and then we looked to our neighbors and they were like freaky and like they had a dead pig hanging right next to their cabin, and like it was super creepy. So I remember having that dream, and it was like super freaky.
Okay, my dreams are not like yours. If you guys want to see me do my dream journal, comment down below because I have some funny ones too.
So I don't have very many dreams in this dream journal because I kind of went through the while where I like had dreams but I didn't remember it when I woke up, and now I have dreams but I don't remember it, but then when I do actually remember, it's a nightmare.
That's how mine is too. Like, I feel like every night, the only dreams I really have 99% of the time are nightmares.
Yeah.
And like last night, I didn't write this down, but I'll just record it audioly. Camera-ly? No. Visually? Last night, I dreamed that we were on The Hunted.
The show?
Yeah,
Hunted?
the show. It's a new one.
So it's a new show where like these teams go out and they try and stay hidden from the government, and the government tries to find them and hunt them down.
Yeah, so we were like on The Hunted and trying to, like, our entire family, and we had 2 dogs, and they were not Logan. They were like a little black dog and a little white dog or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't know. They're like your little chihuahuas or your babies or whatever. And the hunt, like, we were staying in this house because we've been like going place to place trying not to get found, and we were like in this abandoned little house in the woods or whatever, and it was like completely kind of normal but not really. Yeah. Anyways, like we were in the kitchen and there's like a door that leads to the back door. I don't know like how I dream these houses because usually people say like
You have to
see it, but I've never seen a house like this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Sims, but.
Could be Sims.
We were like in the house and we were in the kitchen and I heard this noise. I'm like, I hear a noise. You guys are like, what? I don't hear anything. And so I go and peek out the front window and there are the 3 people from the.
The hunters?
Yeah, the hunters. And so I like book it out the back door in the snow in my socks and just start running. And I was so scared and that's where the dream ended. Most of my dreams are me running away from someone bad. Like, I don't know why, but I'm always running.
Wait, did you ever write down the dragon one?
I have a ton of dragon ones, yes. I don't think I've ever written that one.
I've never had a dragon dream.
I've had like so many dragon dreams. When I was little, that's all I ever dreamed about was dragons.
Comment down below if you have ever had a dream of a dragon. I've never. Audrey
I've had so many dragon dreams. I had a dream where we went to school and there were wizards there. That'd be really cool. It's like Harry Potter. And one of my friends was Rocky on Shake It Up. The TV series.
That was my Disney Channel days where I would just like
Rocky and Zendaya, yeah. And that's my whole dream.
I remember. I think that was like I don't really remember for sure. Oh yeah, it says right here. It was really cool. I'm not sure that this is a dream or not, but I think it is though. But I remember walking. I remember watching Shake It Up a lot because that was like one of my favorite shows on Disney Channel. So there's 2 really good ones on this page that I remember, but I'm just gonna do one. Okay, it says, I had a dream that I went ice skating and some people were performing and they were my friends. So I just joined in and at the end of the performance, you know, the normal
audience can perform.
Yeah, like I remember there was a whole big audience and my friends were performing on the ice and they were like skating and doing da 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 da. And so I just jumped on the ice with them and started performing too. I think we were doing, I think the song that was going to it was Let It Go. I don't remember. I think it was a Frozen song though. And then it says, I said I was sorry to them. But they said it was fine and just wondered why I was singing with them. And I said nothing.
What?
So basically I'm on the ice skating performing with them and then the performance ends and then I say sorry to them. I'm like, sorry, I crashed your show. And they're just like, oh, it's fine, but why were you singing? And I said nothing.
Nothing.
And then
oh no, I'm scared.
And then they said I have bad breath.
They're like, stop singing. You have bad breath.
Even though I brushed my teeth in the morning. Okay. I don't remember the bad breath part. That was super funny. Okay, and it doesn't even stop there. It says, also, I had a dream, this must have been in the same night, where a bunch of kids, including me, had to go into the wild to survive.
Okay.
We made a little sand house.
A sand house like Minecraft?
Yeah. With rooms for each of us to sleep in.
Oh, of course. Because you had enough time to build a sand house. How would a sand house, like a sand castle?
How would it work though?
That'd be very bad.
Okay. When someone had told me that someone had took my dog's crate.
What? That doesn't make sense.
It says each of us to sleep in. When someone had told me that someone had took my dog's crate. So, okay. So it says, okay, so basically someone tells me in the sandcastle house that, someone took your dog's crate. Okay. And then I threw up after that.
Immediate response.
Hey, Jordan, someone took your dog's crate. Then I figured out that my mom was coming by ship with some of my stuff, including the dog and its crate. Then I woke up.
Wow.
And then I threw up.
I have no words for that one.
Okay.
my goodness. Oh, I remember you telling me this one. I had a dream that I was Minnie along with some other friends. In the dream, we were outdoors and a wasp came and stung me 4 times. 1 on the arm and 3 on the belly. I remember you waking up and telling me this and you're like so freaked out.
Yeah, I remember.
And you've never been stung by a wasp.
I know.
I have.
And the crazy thing was, have you ever seen we've seen the movie Ant Life, was it? Or like Bug's Life?
Yeah.
Where they're all like little bugs and like the grass is like super tall and everything. So we were like that size.
Oh, wow.
And the wasps were huge.
You must have watched that movie before you went to bed.
I don't even know. I think so. But the wasps were ginormous and we were little mini like teeny tiny insects. And we were just like walking along the grass running and then a wasp comes up and stings me. And it was not cool. And I remember I felt it too. I was like, ow, ow.
Just like that.
Ow, ow. In my sleep. Ow, ow. I've had a dream before where, okay, these dreams are so frustrating. Oh my goodness, you don't even know. They're so frustrating. I didn't write this down in the journal, but I've had a dream where I was a part of SpongeBob. And I was in the Krusty Krab.
Like you yourself, or were you someone in SpongeBob?
I was just like a part of SpongeBob. Like I was me in SpongeBob. So I was in the Krusty Krab. And Squidward was there, and Sandy was there trying to tell me something. And I was trying to talk to her, and so she told me to go get something, but I couldn't talk.
I know, I hate when you can't talk.
And I go to move, and I'm like
so
super slow, and I can't move. I'm like,
yes, and you're like, I hate this.
And I'm like, I can't fulfill
and
this
then
task.
You die, and then it repeats.
Yeah, it's so frustrating though, because you can't like move. You're just like,
Yes, I've had that in my dragon dream.
It's so annoying. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'll have to tell that on my channel because I've had that happen to a dragon. Okay, last night I had a dream that I got a purple iPhone with a life case. It was cool. Yep, that's it. You have some long ones and then you have some short ones.
Yeah, it's not in the middle. It's either super long or super short, but not really super long.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's all the dreams that we have time to go over today. And they're pretty crazy, so let us know if you want a part 2 down in the comments below. And if you want Audrey to do her dream journal, because she's got lots of dreams in her dream journal, and hers are really funny.
I also have lots of dreams that I haven't written down, but I remember because they scarred me for life.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Bye!